What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all my new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated, right? So the Knicks get mollywopped tonight on ESPN by their arch rivals, the Brooklyn Nets, by the score of 112 to 85. Embarrassment. Embarrassment. I mean, I didn't see this coming. I'm sure a lot of people didn't see this coming. With the Nets going through so many issues over there, with Kyrie Irving, of course, we all know what's going on with Ben Simmons, him not being himself. I thought this was an easy win for the Knicks. You were going to have some moments where the Nets were going to put up a fight. It was going to be a solid game, but I thought the Knicks would pull it out in the end. But to get embarrassed like this on national television by almost 30 points. I mean, it's just mind-boggling, right? For a team to be what they were Monday, how well they played, to have them come back and play like this in a big rivalry game on ESPN, it doesn't make any sense, right? Games like this, right, when you play bad like this, it's usually on a back-to-back, guys. It's usually like later in the season, like game 30 or 40, when you just don't have any legs, man. Like you play a long season and but not this early in the season. This doesn't happen, right? It shouldn't happen. It really shouldn't. And it was like not maybe a quarter here, a quarter. It was from beginning to end. A drubbing, like just from beginning to end. Like the Knicks just didn't have it, right? This is saying a lot right now. Saying a lot about this team. Saying a lot about the coach. I'm not really going to get into stats and stuff like that. I just think that, it's time for a culture change, guys. It really is, because this is like a roller coaster relationship, right? It's like, just good and it's bad. It's good, it's bad. Their record is what that says their record is. Like, they're 5-0 under, beating, teams that are under 500. They're 5-0. Obviously tonight after tonight they're 5-1, right? And I get it, right? The league, everyone is kind of like their record is kind of all over the place, right? Nobody really is kind of taking control. Even the Warriors' record is pretty bad. Like, there's a lot of really good teams that don't have the best records. But that's normal, like in the beginning of the season, right? Teams are getting their legs right, they're gelling, right? But probably like 15, I would say probably like 20 games in, start seeing the legit teams get their rhythm, right? So, and they start kind of, taking away, right? The Knicks, to me, aren't in that pack, right? They're not. But going back to what I was originally saying, something's wrong with the culture in that locker room. I know last year I was hard. I was hard on Randall. It's not random. No. It's not random. We really, really, guys, got to start looking at the coach. We really, really do. We cannot think about 2020. Everybody's going to talk about that year when you won Coach of the Year. But I think there's a big part of that a lot of people aren't paying attention to. I mentioned it last year. But a big part is them losing Mike Woodson off that bench, right? Mike Woodson going to Indiana, and then him recently losing Kenny Payne, right? So now you're taking a couple of guys who are NBA lifers off the bench. That does something to a coaching staff. It does, especially to a guy like Tibbs. So who now is getting exposed, right? Like I said before in my other videos, I think this league has surpassed them. That old way of doing things does not work. It doesn't. It's a new age player. It's a new age game. You got to change up how you're doing things. And I don't think Tibbs is adjusting well. He's not. And to me, that's why it's up to management to make a decision, make a change. Because, guys, this is going to be the season. What happened Monday night, which was beautiful, and what happened tonight. This is going to be the season. It's going to be just like that. Because the guys, they just can't gel. There's something missing. And the thing that's missing is guidance and leadership. And you get that a lot of times from your coach. Because the coach sets the culture. He sets the guidance. He sets the leadership. He puts all those things in place for the team to flow the way that they are. You just can't roll the ball out there and put the best players out there, guys. I mean, there's no better example than the Bulls when Jordan was there. He was the best player in the league, but they couldn't win. They put Phil Jackson there. Look what happened. Shaq and Kobe put Phil Jackson there. Look what happened. Coaches, change cultures in the locker room, change cultures within the team. All those things matter. You just can't put a player on the team and just say, okay, you got to start now. Now we're going to start winning. It doesn't happen like that. Why do you think Kevin Durant during the offseason was complaining about Steve Nash? He wanted him out of here. Like, why do you think these guys know? There's been times in the past in old NBA where coaches, where players, star players, were getting coaches fired because they wanted certain coaches in there. A la Magic Johnson, if everybody knows the story. He did the same thing when he was in LA. So, that matters, guys. It really, really, truly does. And as watching this team and seeing just how all over the place they are, just how they playing, and they just look bad tonight, especially after coming back. They had a day off yesterday, but they look terrible. You would have thought they had a back-to-back the way they look tonight. So once again, I'm going to ask the question again. Is Tibbs back on his old stuff? Is he practicing these guys really, really hard and overdoing it to where guys don't have the energy, that the shots are short, the shots are long? I've spoken about this before in my videos. Because there's no excuse for them to come out and play as badly as they did. Guys should be motivated to play on ESPN, where they're pretty much the marquee game of the night, and they're playing against their arch rivals, which is beautiful, right? These guys get up for moments like this. These guys look like they didn't even want to play, man. They didn't want to be out there. Some changes have to happen. Now I don't know if it's this whole CAA thing up there with Leon Rose and Thibodeau and their relationship in the past, and I don't know if that plays a part, but, you can't overlook that. Because a change needs to happen, guys. Remember, we didn't want to get rid of Grimes. We didn't want to get rid of Picks because Tibbs loved Grimes. So that's why we didn't get Donovan Mitchell. So, a lot of people was on board for that. But now look how Grimes is being handled. Is he really hurt? I think his foot is really hurt, man. I think he's really, really injured. Because he didn't play at all tonight. I mean, garbage time at the end, but they said he was going to be available, but he didn't play. So is he hurt or isn't he hurt? Like, if he's hurt, he needs to sit out. He needs to be out and get fully, fully healthy. He doesn't need to rush back. Remember, he rushed back last year from that knee injury. That wasn't good, right? So I'm just saying, I don't know how healthy Grimes is right now. And if that's the case, he should be sitting out until he gets fully healthy. But that's another decision, coaching decision, right? Putting Grimes in. Then you're taking, Fourier off. Now he's not starting. Now you got him coming off the bench, right? It was the same thing with Kemba last year. You're doing, look, guys, I think he's panicking. I think he's unsure of what he's doing. And I think he doesn't know what he's doing. How about that? Well, this was a bad showing tonight. A bad showing. So, hopefully we get a different type of effort on Friday. We got Detroit, so we'll see what happens. All right, but some changes are needed. I'm not even speaking of starting lineups because I don't think the players are the problem. I think we got the pieces to be a solid team in this league, but not like what we saw tonight. That's just, especially 12 games in, 11 games in. No. We don't have an effort like that, man. Now that looks to coaching. It looks to that's what you got to look to. We got somebody in the wings waiting. Put Johnny Bryant in there. We got him in the wings waiting. If you want to get rid of Tibbs, I think the players need to hear a new voice. Someone to bring a different culture in there to get them playing better together. I don't know. Well, that's my show. I'm LB Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right, please also leave comments, man, so we can go back and forth and debate. All right, I'll see you Friday night when the Knicks got Detroit. All right, I'm LB Live, and that's my show, and I'm out. Peace.